Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is I, Dave, the Tabletop Wanderer, and today I'm going to be ranting on a little bit. We'll just call it a Sunday morning rant. Oh yeah, that's good. And what I'm going to be ranting on is why and how I got into solo RPGs. The why aspect of this video, I've already talked a bit on a different video on the 3 free TTRPG solo games that you can get. But basically, you could go and watch that, but I'll talk about it a little bit of it here on this video also. And why I am doing this video is because if there's any new people that want to come into the genre, into the hobby, just give them my perspective on what this is all about. So for those that don't know, I started this hobby up a couple months ago, but I have played RPG on and off every now and then. But like last time I played a TTRPG was way back in the day in the 80s when I was just a kid, played some D&D with my friends in Australia. But then I moved to Portugal, and truth be told, that isn't a big thing, especially where I live in Portugal. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody, and like stuff, materials hard to get. It's not like we're talking like in the 90s, early 90s, 89, I think. Yeah, 89. I came from Australia to Portugal. So yeah, backward countries, so to speak. But so now it's much easier to get stuff like everywhere, literally everywhere. But yeah, I wanted to do this video so I can give my perspective of there's this stupid fly running around to help newcomers. Also, I am a newcomer. I am by no means whatsoever a professional or an expert. I wouldn't say professional, but expert in this. I am also starting up. I am basically learning as I go along, and the journey is been fun. I've been enjoying myself on this journey. So without further ado, let me tell you why I got into this hobby. Okay, and the first thing is I was bored of video games. I have played mainly RPGs all my life, but even on video games, my main genre of video games was RPGs. I played all the Final Fantasies, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, all the JRPGs you can think of. Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2, like you name it, I've probably played it. Okay, I didn't play World of Warcraft because at the time World of Warcraft you have to pay the subscription, and yeah, no, money wise not that much to do. But that's why I went to Guild Wars 1. It was just buy and play, and that was it. And truth be told, I love Guild Wars 1, really good game. After a few years I went into Guild Wars 2. And it got to a point where video games were not games anymore, especially Guild Wars 2. It got to a point where it was a chore. It was like my second job. I'd come home from work and I'd go into another job. I'd have to craft, I have to gather, I have to do this event, I have to do that event, I have to do fractals, let's do this. And it just got to a point where, oh my God, it was just overwhelming, and the fun factor had worn out. I was burnt out on that. And video games in general. I've gotten to a point where I get onto the PC or the PlayStation, I load up a game, I'll look at the screen for about 2-3 minutes, and then I just like turn the game off and go to something else. Because yeah, video games started to get boring for me. I played a lot of Smite, and please don't judge me. I know it's a MOBA, but I really do enjoy. I've got this love-hate relationship with Smite. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Every time I play Smite, my PC, my keyboard and my monitor, they just tighten up in fear because like I've broken a couple of them thanks to Smite. But that is a different story. But yeah, video games. I got bored of video games, basically. That's what happened. So I needed something to helped me get through the day. I work for the municipality here and at a sort of recreation center. So we get a lot of kids. We play a lot of games. But they are kids, and the age range is from 4 to 12. So, it can be a bit hectic. And I needed something just to get home and unwind. In the beginning, it was video games, but like I said, I got bored of them. So I needed something else. And I remembered, what about RPGs, but like tabletop RPGs? So I started investigating, started searching, researching, and stuff like that. And the first thing that I found was this game here, which is NoteQuest. NoteQuest from Coisinha Verde. Okay. I went around and I looked and I found this thing out, and I've downloaded it for free off Coisinha Verde's website, but the Portuguese version, I got the Portuguese version for free, and then I went and I bought the English version also. Got some character sheets here. And you could check my channel out. I got a couple of videos by NoteQuest, for NoteQuest, of NoteQuest. And the game is pretty simple. It's a dungeon crawler, so not totally RPG, but it is a fun game. And I think it's a good entry point for anyone that wants to get into the hobby. You just roll a couple of dice and you make your dungeons, basically. So you can get a crypt, and then you roll a 1d6 and you get a corridor or a room or whatever, and just keep on rolling 2d6s to see monsters and whatever, and the bosses and stuff like that. So yeah, it is a simple game. Like I said, it is a good entry level game. I don't know, because I did buy it, the English version. I know the Portuguese version is for free, but the English version, I don't know if you can get it for free, but at the time I remember I bought the English version. So NoteQuest, yeah, that was my first introduction to this, and I said, "Oh, okay, this is pretty good. Like, I'm enjoying this. It's pretty fun." The only thing that's bad about this, and if you do get the expanded world, you go into a hex map and you do a sort of a hex crawl where you can find dungeons and cities and towns and stuff like that, and then you just go and explore those. The problem was, when I was playing NoteQuest, I got to a point where my character was just so overpowered that I went into the first cavern of the expanded world, and the first boss monster I found, I literally one-shotted the boss because I was just too overpowered. And that is a problem of NoteQuest, because what I did was, before I went into the expanded world, I literally went through all the normal dungeons of the game, the first game, and then I went with that character to the expanded world. The expanded world, unfortunately, is not balanced for that sort of character. So I just went in and just killed everything, and I said, okay, no, that's enough. That is enough for me, for NoteQuest. Every now and then, if I just want to do something really quick, I do grab NoteQuest and I'll just do a little session with NoteQuest. The next game I did get, however, was Toby Lancaster's 2d6 Dungeon. This is a game that I really, really do enjoy, and I do play quite often and off camera. Just give me a second, I'll just go over here. So yeah, 2d6 Dungeon. I did buy the PDFs because, and I got here all the character cards. I printed them out and put them all here in this little sort of portfolio sort of thing. And I do enjoy it. It is one of my favorite games so far. Well, I like all of them. because if I didn't, I wouldn't play them. But yeah, 2D6 Dungeon was the next entry I got for my solo gaming, you could say. Once again, it is a dungeon crawler, and once again, it was lacking the story, because I do like stories in games. That's why I played a lot of RPGs on PC and PS4 because of the stories, right? And it was missing something. However, then I found out these little supplements by Games by Felix, which one of them was Corridor Encounters, and the other one was an Reveries of the Dark. And Reveries of the Dark was pretty good, and it is really good, not pretty good, it is really good, because you get narrative points. You go into a dungeon, and before you mark out your dungeon, right, before you roll out your dungeon, you just randomly put 3 N's on the page, N for narrative. And whenever you get to that point in that, like, you make a room in that where that N is, you go and roll on Reveries of the Dark, and that will give you some how should I say, some stuff for you to narrate. And Ernovan, which is one of my characters on the channel, I did start doing that with Ernovan. However, Ernovan died, unfortunately. But yeah, I really did enjoy that, and I do continue to use that off camera. And let me know down in the comments below if you want me to do another playthrough with 2D6 Dungeon and Reveries of the Dark. And the Corridor Encounters is also pretty good, because on the normal 2D6, you roll out a corridor and that's it. You just walk through the corridor, you go to the next, you roll out the exits and then choose an exit and go through. But with Games by Felix's Corridor Encounters, you can actually roll on some tables for Corridor Encounters, which is a lot of fun. Well, at least you do something more than just run through a corridor. So yeah, definitely go check out 2D6 Dungeon and Games by Felix's supplements. They are really good. He's coming out with a new one. I don't know if it's done yet, but I don't think so. But yeah, and there's now also 2D6 Realms, which I haven't got my hands on yet because financially I can't, not yet. But I will try and get that sometime soon. After that, I heard this thing around like new games and stuff like that, and then everyone was talking about this game called 4 Against Darkness, and I looked into it and I bought it. So 2D6 Dungeon and 4 Against Darkness I've only got on PDF, and I started playing 4 Against Darkness. Also have some playthroughs on the channel. Let me know down below if you want me to continue it. I will be continuing because I miss playing these two, so I will do something about that. I will do some videos on them. And 4 Against Darkness, once again, a dungeon crawl, really good. I really do enjoy it also. But once more, all I have is the core rulebook. 4 Against Darkness has a ton of supplements or expansions or whatever you want to call them, where there is a lot more narrative stuff going on, overworld stuff, towns, troublesome town encounters or something like that. But yeah, so those were my first sort of intro to solo RPGs. But as you can see, they were basically mainly dungeon crawls. I started looking around more and I found this chaopolitic, something like that. Sorry, dude, I can't remember the name. I know it's chaos with apocalyptic. It's a chaopolitic, something like that. I'm bad with names. And I saw him playing these sheets that had basically everything on them. And this is one of the things I did talk about in that other video, which were Perplexing Ruins solo game sheets. These are amazing, really, really good. And I started playing with that. So basically what it is, you've got a sheet, it has all the oracles, it has everything you need, it has a little part for you to do the map, and he's got the overworld or the overland sheet, and then you have the dungeon sheet. So what I was doing was I was using the overland sheet, and whenever I came across a dungeon, I'd use the dungeon sheet and do that like that. But there was something missing. At the time, I didn't have like a game rule set, so to speak. So I just created a random character out of nowhere with like crazy stats. Truth be told, he didn't survive that long. But then I looked more into it, and I found, I can't remember who it was, but they were playing solo game sheets with Ken. And I looked up Ken. Oh yeah, nice, Ken is good. Cool. So what I did was I went and I got Ken. And with it, I got Ken Bestiary. You can get these off Amazon. And I used this, and I really do like using Ken with solo gaming sheets. Really, really good. Whenever I roll on an enemy, I just pick up the bestiary, find something that's compatible with what's on the sheet, and do that. And yeah, so I will also do a video with Ken and solo gaming sheets on the channel in the future. And this was the first real attempt of mine for solo RPG, was Ken with solo gaming sheets. At the time I bought Ken, I got the bestiary, and I also heard about White Box, and I got White Box. I have read through it. I have not played it yet. This will be something also in the future. But back to Ken and solo gaming sheets. Really good, a good mashup between them, and I do have a lot of fun when I use these two elements, the solo gaming sheets and Ken. But yep, that was my real first introduction to solo RPG, because like on the solo gaming sheets you do have quests that you can roll on, and quest givers and NPCs, so you could make a whole story, an adventure with just that. And like, because I use Ken with solo gaming sheets doesn't mean you have to. You can use whatever rule set you want with solo gaming sheet. Perplexing Rules has updated them, and he actually has a sheet for use with White Box. So he's got the character sheet, the character table on the side, where you could just roll out your character and everything on just one page. So you can use that with a solo gaming sheets. Now, other games that I got a couple of months back, I think this one also came with Ken or came with White Box. I know I got one of them. It's pretty cheap. And the name says it all. It's just a one-shot dungeon. You just roll on corridors and rooms and whatever, and it is pretty basic. This is really good also for someone that just wants to get into a simple new player. This is really good. It's got 20 pages or so? Let me check. 22 pages, and it was like $3 or something like that. Yeah, and it does have you've got a monster table, you've got monsters here, minions table, overlords table, monster challenging rate. Yeah, pretty easy. Just like, I like taking this, like if I go out away for a weekend, I'll just pick this, throw this in the bag, and just a simple piece of paper and whatnot, and the dice app on my phone, and I could do a little dungeon dive. Okay, so not too bad, pretty simple. After that, I wanted to get into something a bit more, how should I say, interesting, a bit more complicated. And the next thing I got was Kernathalis. Okay, I have read through this a couple of times. but I've not played it yet. I find this to be a bit overwhelming. I do, however, want to try it. I do want to play it, but I will play this off camera first to see how the mechanics are. Because, like, one thing that baffles me is the combat. The combat baffles me a bit. I know, like, it shouldn't be that hard to get into, right? Because the book is really well written. It is well laid out. But the hit location and all that, I still need to get my head around that. And like, I keep forgetting, like, I tried this once and I kept forgetting to roll on the action of the enemy to see what attack the enemy would do, and the hit location and all that. So yeah, I do need to spend a bit more time with this. I do know that everybody enjoys this. Well, the majority of people enjoy Cairn Nathalis. I haven't got any of the supplements because, like, why? Why should I if I haven't even tried this out yet, right? But I will be trying to get my teeth into this and see how it goes. And if all goes well, I will do a playthrough on the channel for this. This was one that I got, one of the last ones that I got. This came with Basic Fantasy RPG, and I did a quick look for that for Micro Chapbook and Basic Fantasy RPG. Once again, pretty simple. This I actually enjoy and I prefer now over this one-shot dungeon. This is a bit more, it has a bit more meat on the bones, so to speak. I have been playing this off and on, like at work. This basically goes everywhere where I go. And at lunchtime, I just sit down and I go and do one of the adventures, dungeons. What do they call it? Dungeon adventures. Okay, I've done scenario 1 and 2, so I'll be doing scenario 3 next lunchtime. Next time I have lunch, which I don't know when it will be. So I will be doing House of Vermin. Oh, nice. So yeah, this is also pretty cool. It's pretty simple also. Micro Chapbook does have other genres. I know there's a sci-fi one also. Let me see if there's anything here that can say, does it really say anything here? Micro Chapbook Deluxe Rule Book. Because sometimes they do say, oh, we got this also. Few edition. No. Okay, just go straight into the contents. But yeah, this also is pretty nice. Pretty simple, quick to get up and running. Character sheets on the back, but you could just piece of paper and it's done. Pretty easy stuff. And yeah, I do recommend it for a quick. This one for a quick game. This one, Night Quest, for new players that just don't know how to do anything and then you need something really quick and easy to get into. One-shot dungeon or Night Quest. Out of the two of them, I prefer Night Quest, but this one's easier to carry. Yeah, that's it. Oh, I've got Rime of the Ancient Mariner here. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I really do. I love this. But it was probably mixed up in the middle of all that. So yeah, those are the first games that basically I started playing, or well, not playing because Cairn Nathalis I haven't played yet. But yeah, that and White Box. So those are the games that I bought, and the majority of them I have played already. Now, that's all good fun and that's all good, like getting all the books and stuff like that. Oh, and I won't even go on about the PDFs that I already have, like Night Quest. I've got the PDF, 2D6 Dungeon, 4 Against Darkness, a lot of adventures for Cairn. Basic Fantasy, you can get Basic Fantasy RPG. You can get everything for free. at their website, including all the supplements, all the adventures, all the modules, everything. I've got the hardcover over there. I forgot to take it out, but yeah, and a lot of PDFs, bought and paid for free ones every now and then. Just go to drive through RPG, see what's free, and because money is pretty tight at the moment. But yeah, that's it. But how did I really get into this? Well, I took a bit of time, and I think this is something that everyone goes through when they're starting this up, I think. I am a creative person. I'm a musician. So yeah, I do have a creative bone, and I like stories. I like reading. I love reading. Got a lot of books, and I like creating stuff. Okay. I like writing stories, short stories and stuff like that. So I needed to get into the story aspect of the hobby, but I was afraid. I was petrified. And the main thing is the jump, the first step into the hobby. And I think when you start looking at stuff, and this is what happened to me, I started looking into stuff, and the more you look into it, the more you find, and you just go down this massive rabbit hole that has no end in sight, because you got all of these things. You got the systems, the dice systems, the rule systems, this genre, that genre, the niche genres, and dungeon crawls, and then this, and then that, and then it's just overwhelming. And I got to a point where I was going to give up on all of it, but then I started watching some YouTube videos, and a couple of YouTubers stood out and gave some really, really good advice. The first one was Man Alone. His videos are really good. They are different. So he does do a bit of playthrough, but he mostly just sits down and talk. Basically what I'm doing here, but he does it way better than I do. And he gives out his opinion. And he gives out his opinion, tips and tricks and stuff like that. And one of the videos that I watched, basically the first one, because I went into YouTube and said how to solo role play or how to solo RPG. And his video was one of the first. Well, these three fellas, they all popped up straight away. They went bam, 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 bam. And I started from the first one and ended up on the last one. And Man Alone has a video which is, I think, something like actually start playing your solo RPG. And, well, what he says and what the other two say is basically the same thing, but with different wording. So Man Alone has that video, actually start playing your solo RPG. Solo Spelunking has a how to finally play your solo RPG. And then Mage Hammer his video is how I play solo RPGs. And I watched all three of them, and I got this idea from here, this idea from there, that idea from there, that idea from there. And I basically, the core of it all is just do it. Jump right in, head first. And I said, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, boom, jump straight into the deep end, and we'll see what's going to happen. So I created my YouTube channel. I created this YouTube channel, and I did the playthrough of Note Quest. I did a playthrough of 2D6 Dungeon. Well, a couple of them, because my characters all died. Because I love rolling once. You've seen that. Like, if you've seen my other playthroughs, you've seen that. And then, yeah, I just went straight into it. But I went straight into the dungeon crawling part of it. the narrative part, I didn't do much apart from what was it, For Against Darkness? No, the 2d6 dungeon one with Reveries of the Dark. That's where I really did start doing some narrative things. But then on the side, off camera, I did do Ken with solo gaming sheets, but they were really like sort of one-shots and really bad, story-wise, really bad. Then I had this idea, and I said, okay, I'm going to get a couple of games, a couple of rule sets, and I'm going to create a story, and I'm going to use those rule sets to tell the story. And that's where the idea of the Dark Flame Society saga came about. And one of the games I used on that saga was Mage Hammers, Delves and Dangers. And I can't praise that game enough. Like, it's just really fun, really easy, and you get to roll a whole bunch of dice like all at once. You can get like, oh my god, it's like fantastic. I just love it. And so I picked up Delves and Dangers from Mage Hammer's itch.io. It's a pay what you want, so go and check it out. And I created some characters. And that's where I really started to get into the narrative of the things. And what I did was, okay, I'm just going to do it. I do not care what people say. I'll take criticisms, of course, like constructive criticism. But from my experience, everyone that's commented on my videos have been, like, 99.9% friendly, giving me advice, especially when I mess up the rules, which is a lot of the time. But yeah, so I just went in, and I guess that's what this video is all about, is how to get into it. Well, how to get into it is just get into it. Do not worry. Do not think if you're doing it bad or if you're doing it wrong or right. Just go with it. Just go with it. Like, I think the main thing about games, and that's what I've always thought about games, is the point I'm getting to is that games should be fun. Games are meant to be fun. That's why I do not like competitive games, even though I did play Smite a couple of years competitively. Competitively ranked, but it just takes out the fun of the game. So games are supposed to be fun in my perspective, and if I'm not having fun with a game, I won't play it. That's why I left video games, because I wasn't having fun with the games. Like, I do love Guild Wars 2, but I'm not going to go into there just to do 3 hours of cutting down trees or something like that. No, it's not fun. But I'm having fun now. And why am I having fun now? It's the same with this YouTube channel. Why am I having fun doing these things? Because I can just put on my phone right up here and rant like I'm doing right now, or just play a game and load it up upload it to YouTube. And I'm not one of those guys that's looking always, oh, let me see how many views I've got. Oh, how many subs I got. Okay, I do appreciate all the subs. Of course I do. Because it tells me that you guys like it. You like my content. And I do appreciate it. But am I doing this for money? No. And I think most of us that are in this thing on YouTube, a lot of us aren't doing it for money. I'm doing it for fun. Basically, it's a way of me to vent my frustrations from the day-to-day life, from my work. Just come home, roll some dice, make a video, upload it, do the thumbnail. It's my way of chilling, my way of escapism. And that's basically it. Like, just have fun with it. So my advice to all the new people that want to get into solo RPGs, do not be afraid. Just jump in at the deep end. like there's a lot of lifeguards around the pool. Trust me, there's a lot of people that will like extend a hand to help you. Like if you need help, from what I've learned, hit me up and we can talk about it. Mage Hammer is always busting my chops because I always mess up his rules. but like he's busting my chops in a good way. Solo Spelunky, also really top-notch fella. All of these guys are really good. And the fact that if you need some help or something, they're always around, and they just leave a comment on your video, even if it's just like, oh, good video, liked it, keep up the good work and stuff like that. That's all that matters for me. So basically, I'm just want to say to new players, new people that are coming into the hobby, just jump into it. Do not worry about what anyone else thinks you're doing. If you're doing it well, if you're doing it poorly, don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Don't get messed up and caught up in all the, like if you're doing a YouTube channel, don't get caught up in the views, because then what will happen is what happened to me in the video games. It will become a chore. It'll become another job. Okay, like I'm not gonna lie, if I do get up to a point where I can make this my job, oh yeah, cool, nice. But that's not my main focus. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it for that. If I eventually does become that, or if I can make a couple of bucks, good. But I'm not doing it for that. Right now I'm doing it for my sanity, for my mental health, to get away from my job, which sometimes I can't, even at home. But yeah, I guess, I just want to finish up saying, okay, go and check these guys out. Go and check out Man Alone, Solo Spelunking, and Mage Hammer. And another fella that I really do enjoy, and he's like big fella, Trevor Duval, from Me, Myself, and Die. He's also coming up with his own game, which the Broken Empires, which I wish I could get, but like once again, money wise, not too much. But yeah, I've enjoyed his playthroughs, his solo gaming sessions. But he's a professional voice actor. He knows what he's doing. But they are very entertaining. Solo Spelunking continues with a lot of good stuff. Also, he's finished up his Bat of Falcrest, which was his Batman sort of thing, which was really fun. He's continuing with his Star Wars Nave 2nd Edition playthrough, which I think is on the 2nd episode of season 2 or something like that. And Mage Hammer's got a lot of stuff also, and he also has quite a few playthroughs with his own game, Delves and Dangers, which I'm sad to say I'm looking at it right over there. You know what? Let me just go and get it. There we go. I'm sorry, Mage Hammer. But yeah, Delves and Dangers, this is the definitive edition, which is already out on itch.io. It is a pay what you want. So go and check it out. Really fun game. And he also has Delves and Dangers. Now, Mage Hammer, all you need now is a space-themed one. Okay? Think about that. Space. The final frontier. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Newcomers, welcome, and don't get overwhelmed. Don't get scared. Jump right in. You can see all my mistakes on the Black Flame Society saga and my new adventure, which is the Shadow of Alnor. You can see me go and basically learn how to solo RPG as we're going along. But don't get worried. Don't worry about it. Don't get scared. Just get into it. And I think I've ranted on enough for now. So I hope you all have a great day. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go and check out all of these guys, Man Alone, Solo Spelunking, Me, Myself, and Die, and of course, Mage Hammer. And check out their stuff. So Solo Spelunker also has stuff on itch.io, on Drive-Thru RPG. He's got his Star Wars Knave 2nd edition supplement that you can get also, and he's got what I'm using on this new adventure, which is the Solo Framework. The link is in the description on Shadow of Valnor. Go and check that out. Okay, so once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and bye-bye, I guess. Bye.